For those who don't know, this is the Book 'em and Roast 'em podcast, but this time we've decided to do coffee time.
Yes.
We're doing early morning today.
Not that early,
Well,
but we stayed too late last night.
we did. We stayed at 1:30. Oh my God, talking
I
so
think
much.
it was a little longer than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, Coco kept hollering at me to come to bed.
right. So, I guess we're gonna go over some topics today, kind of at leisure or whatever, while we drink our coffee and kind of get our head right. We're do a little different format today. We got a lot to say about the world, so just be careful. You're gonna hear some things you might not want to hear today, probably.
I don't know. My brain doesn't work as good in the morning as it does at night.
Mm-hmm. So, my name's Mike. The channel is called Dandelion Monk. That's my channel. I edit all the videos and put everything together and all that stuff. This is my mama. Her name's Lisa. You're not allowed to know any more than that. Okay.
Except like some, but really most people just call me Gigi.
Gigi. That's right. Okay. So, first topic of the day. I woke up this morning and actually I saw one of my favorite streamers had posted something.
Did you really already?
I did, yeah.
I must have still been sleeping. So this was a podcaster that you listened to?
Mm-hmm. Asmongold. Most people, there's a lot of people out there that don't like him. It's on the left side of the table, right? But Asmongold is very fair. He says things the way that they actually are, and he's kind of a slob. You know, he's a very skinny guy. Sorry, Asmon, I'm not trying to talk bad about you, bro. I actually love the crap out of you.
And what's wrong with being skinny?
Well, it's not necessarily that. He's known for having a messy house and having been streaming from the same house for years. He's got tons of money. So much money he doesn't know what to do with it. But for some reason, he never moves out of his house, which is...
That's why he has tons of money.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's part of it, most likely. So.
I've known a couple fellas. Your Uncle John and Willard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, am I supposed to say their names? Well, they're both dead.
You can, yeah, no, it's fine. You can say some names and stuff like that. Just, don't dox yourself.
Don't dox them. Okay. But anyways, no one would have known that those men had millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Because they live like the rest of us.
Yeah.
They had holy sleeves. Their flannel shirts had holes wore in the elbows. Then when they passed away, wasn't everybody surprised?
Mm-hmm.
They had millions of dollars.
Well, it's because you don't have to live like, you're blinging out and you've got the best ride in the whole neighborhood and all that.
Well, most of the time, folks that are like that, they really don't have money. They're wearing their money on their sleeve. It's all about
clout.
Yeah, I'm trying to impress you with my money.
Mm-hmm. So
we don't have to worry about that in my case, because I have no money to impress anybody. Yes.
There you go. You ain't got to worry about it. So this guy, this is the Karmelo thing, right?
Karmelo.
This is the kid that stabbed his friend, or the guy.
Okay.
So basically,
yes, I did see
Karmelo
that
Anthony held a press conference. His family and representatives held a press conference, and I guess we're going to go ahead.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can just take a step back and just get everybody on the same page with this too.
That guy.
And so that way everybody knows kind of like what's going on with this.
I can hear better
and
now. My hearing isn't as good as yours.
I want to go back and double check. And let's see here. This is okay. There's another one. I think that I think this is really
Karmelo Anthony. That's the guy's name.
This is another person, but I'm going to look at that later on.
That's
okay,
so yeah,
this is
killed?
it. So basically, the kid that
guy.
got stabbed, right? So just in case anybody hasn't been paying attention and keeping up, this kid, Karmelo Anthony, stabbed another kid at a track meet over a seating dispute, basically. And, again, had a history of violence, 17 years old.
But he was in the wrong
And
tent.
in general, it seems like this is going to be pretty much a 25 to life case for him, right? He's going to be cooked.
He had a history of violence?
And so anyway, a lot of people have gone out to defend him and turn this into a race issue because the person who he stabbed was white.
And now he's got this GoFundMe that's given him like
this has happened. And here we go. We'll go back. We'll watch some of the clips about this, and we'll listen to it. So this was the press conference that happened yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And that is your constitutional right. It's people out here reminding us of the black struggle in America. And that is...
So, anyway,
And then see, this has nothing to do with whether or not you decided to stab somebody to death.
Well, these boys were like 17 years old. This is a high school track meet.
Right.
And you brought a weapon.
Yeah.
What for?
You'd have to ask him, right?
See, that's wrong. Now that man that's talking, not this man here, but the other guy at the press conference, he's not related to he's not his daddy, is he?
No, I don't think so. I think it was just a lawyer.
Because you know full well, if you got caught doing something like that, of course you wouldn't have stabbed anybody, but if you got caught with a weapon and they arrested you for it, the first thing I'd do was whoop your butt, you know, and then take him. Because, excuse me, you knew better.
Right.
You should have known better.
How the fuck? I think the fact that you are not in jail indicates that
but
you're
he's got
lying.
that leisure, you know.
Dude,
he's got a following
if
of
we were
2.something million
racist
subscribers
against
and
black
stuff.
people, do you really think that you would have been able to pop off this many times and still not be in jail? Really? What the fuck are you talking about? You have popped off so many times. I think you've already been in jail at some point. This is crazy.
Popped off? What does that mean?
It's
like
current slang.
Getting arrested? Like
yeah, basically you get they call it crashing out, popping off these days. There's lots of different slang for it.
So who's been popped off? The boy that stabbed him?
I think this is the guy that was just talking.
Yes, he has. Yes, it is. It is that spokesperson. Felony injury to a child. That child had like shaken baby syndrome, had brain damage. Should have had his hands cut off.
Yeah.
I'm serious. You injure a tiny baby like that? No, you don't need no hands.
Right.
I mean, do y'all really think that it's stopped? Like it's over? Like now he's just not going to do anything bad anymore? I don't know about that. I feel like he's going to do it again.
This might be a family member. I don't know.
Well, he's supposedly the president of some kind of a Justice League that he has created.
Well, where in the fucking
and he says he's also a minister.
He used to say you should steal a car. Like beating up a toddler. I'm pretty sure they didn't even do that in the Old Testament. Well, they probably did do that.
This should just be common sense. You know, like you wouldn't want somebody like this on your side.
And like in retrospect, it's probably
they got like what $500,000 or something like that.
Yes,
that's why that man is there.
Page 6. Yeah, I could see that happening.
Well, here's the deal. He's got a press conference there, got his little tie on, looking like he's Mr. CEO, and
we never get to hear his side of things, right?
And look at his
that's like more,
criminal record.
You know, I guess that's just more white supremacy.
And this guy's elevated, and there are people who obviously think that he deserves
about him making
that position.
So basically,
and he's a criminal.
The father
well, you can see why Asmongold catches a lot of heat for actually saying the truth. You know what I mean? Like
the father of
this is not a race issue. And see, this is the thing. There's lots of people saying this is all, the race thing. Why is this English, blah, blah, blah.
That's what this man right here is hoping to promote.
Disrespectful. And just shows
I don't care what color you are.
He's not even their lawyer.
If you bring a knife to a place, and in the off chance you might have to fight somebody, that's premeditated at that point.
That is inappropriate.
Well, you're going to a track meet at your high school.
Right.
And so I say
why would you think you was going to have to fight somebody?
Well, he probably had previous beef with the kid. And see, now we're getting into supposition, and we can't really talk too much about it because, we say some stuff that,
But it's a track meet.
Sure.
If somebody's going to whoop your butt, run. That's what you're there for.
What he has failed
It's
into
good practice.
is the political operatives that want to make this thing a political thing of hate. Yet
there's no
He's
way.
the one that's doing
this
that.
Guy?
Yeah, he's thrusting him right into the politics.
And he's talking about the victims,
and yet
Daddy.
racism. We have conservative.
I can almost respect how delusional he is. Because this guy is so batshit fucking insane that I'm like, wow, this is impressive that somebody could even be this nuts.
Operatives that have been posting non-stop about this case.
So he's talking about it being political, right? And
Well,
so I
it's
want to
fair
go
that
ahead
they're
and
going to
play
latch
the
on to stuff
interview,
like this and use it as a point,
Karmelo
right?
Anthony, dad.
Yeah, but
interview.
I don't know what's
Hopefully this is
political
what pops up.
about two
Okay.
17-year-old
But we're gonna
boys
go and see
who are
this
at
here.
their high school
Let's see if
having
I
a
can
track
find
meet.
it.
Well,
Yeah,
the
this
one
is
guy's
the,
not
this
his.
is the
It's not
video
his
here
high
of
school.
what happened.
He's the opposing team.
And
Right.
just
So,
going back and
anyways,
looking at it.
Arguing over who's going to sit where under whose tent, and then
So this tragedy doesn't happen to another
He-
family.
stabs him in the heart,
Right,
and he
so this
bleeds
is the
out right
guy.
there.
Doesn't even stab him anywhere like non-lethal. He goes
Right.
for
Look,
the
is that a
kill.
cuck of a
Right.
father?
You know,
I mean,
hey,
I
it's a
don't
track
think he's
meet.
being a
You're
cuck.
gonna
I think
stab
he's
somebody.
He's a man who's
Don't do
trying
this
to
at all,
act
kids. That's not
in
right.
good
I'm not
faith.
saying
He's
that.
trying to
But
do the
if you
right thing.
are, pop him in the
I
leg.
think he's trying
You
to
can't
do
run.
the right
Right.
thing. And it just makes
Yeah,
him
there's
look
going to be
bad
people now that's going to
because
say,
everybody
oh, well,
else
if you
isn't.
stab in the leg, my head and artery,
Okay,
it's
so
still
Mr.
going to kill him.
Metcalf, it's JFF.
Not as quick.
MTCALF. You are Austin's father.
Hello,
Yes, sir.
have you ever heard of a
Easy
tourniquet?
question
Right.
to start with. It's probably a tough one to answer, but how have the last 24 hours been for you and for your family?
That poor man.
The bottom line is there should have never been a knife involved. They're going to
Exactly.
fight with
For me,
fists, you know.
Yeah, right.
You know,
It's not real yet.
and don't even fight at all. But you know, if you got to fight,
I
you know,
wanna watch
don't
the
pull
whole
out a
thing,
knife when there's
honestly,
no
but, like, the guy,
no
I don't
escalation
know
at all.
if does he
Exactly.
have a timestamp for where he talked about
Why
like,
would
whether
you
it
even
was
bring
race
a
issue
knife?
or not? So
I mean, that's
this is what happened.
against
He
the
got
rules.
swatted
Right.
yesterday.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and pause it there because this is a 30-minute video. But so this is one of the most current topics of conversation in politics these days, and unfortunately, you know, the problem comes down to everything's got to get politicized and turned into a race thing. And this guy, yeah, he's right to a certain extent. They're going to latch onto this and they're going to use it as a political talking point.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is, he's the one that's turning it into even more of a political issue by doing what he's talking about, and then also making it into a race thing.
Yes.
So,
Well, I'm not sure why they even talk about being political. Do you even know what their political leanings are, one family against the other, opposed to the other?
No.
We don't know what their political leanings are.
that's true.
They might all be independents.
I hope you guys enjoyed that episode of the Book 'em and Roast 'em podcast. Keep in mind, we were kind of in a brain fog, early morning. Disclaimers. So anyway, this is sort of the result up until now of the Karmelo Anthony case. This is June 25th, 2025. Karmelo Anthony has been indicted on a first-degree murder charge and is now facing 5 to 99 years in prison. We'll see how that goes. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, comment, and subscribe. All right. Thanks, guys.
I don't know what that does.